Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm getting ready for the top 28 disturbing photographs. So until then, enjoy another creepypastas as they're easier to edit and funner to produce. So why don't we get started with our selection today, which would be AlwaysWatching.exe Battlefield 3 server. And that's what it is. It's server, but there's like a space between all. It's stupid. And then we got the most weirdest thing ever: Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies, the creepypasta. I don't know if this story is bad or good or anything. I mean, like, the writing looks good, but it's Call of Duty Black Ops, the freaking creepypasta. So with that being said, why don't I quickly dive into the first tale I got for you today, AlwaysWatches.exe. Creepypastas. I, Alex Guys, practically live off of them. I don't know what I'd do without them. Actually, I do. I'd probably not have so many nightmares and cry myself to sleep thinking about Sonic. No, reroll. Need to rewind. I probably not have so many nightmares and not cry myself to sleep thinking about Sonic.exe. Are you telling me someone actually got scared? Wow, you lost your credibility as a writer and a listener. Continuing. Or whatever else I looked up. So once again, I found myself on YouTube listening to creepypastas read by Mudahar and checking the corners of my room every 3 minutes until I found a vid on Mudahar that had just uploaded. I followed a link of a new vid entitled Please Watch, thinking it was creepypasta by that name. But it wasn't. It was short vid of Mudahar in a dark room inches from the camera. Like it was on top of his laptop crying and muttering, "Please download it, link in the description." The video finish. Why does this sound like a PewDiePie video? I mean, just saying, you know, PewDiePie does kind of do weird things like that. I scrolled down and clicked the link and went to the site, which was all black except for a button that said download in the middle of screen. However, every few seconds or so, a flash would appear randomly on the screen. I never got a good look at it, but it looked like picture of two eyes. Feeling slightly freaked out, I clicked download, and immediately a folder opened, but there was something wrong. The folder lacked any kind of URL space, but the back or forward buttons or other folders I could navigate to. There wasn't even a cross to close it or anything, just an application called AlwaysWatches.exe. Oh my god. I think I'm already seeing what the hell is wrong with the story. The writing is terrible, and it almost feels like Mudahar bait. I did not think I would ever fucking say that, but Mudahar bait. It's similar to PewDiePie bait, but it's a guy basically referencing the narrator who he wants to read it in question in order to get the narrator to read it. However, the story is so bad, I don't even think Mudahar would read it. So we got Diet Mudahar reading it. Yes! Alright. I felt goosebumps ripple up my body as I looked at it. Now it looks like we're getting into 50 Shades of Grey. Always watches, I muttered to myself. I squint my eyes and mustered the courage to move my cursor. I'm sorry, this is hard to read without just saying something stupid. I squint my eyes and mustered the courage to move my cursor to the application, double-click the application. My headphones exploded. Never before have I ever heard such a loud sound. My headphones had been on the highest possible setting, and I jumped back a bit as I heard a large amount of static. However, though the static I heard... You mean, however, through the static I heard. However, through the static I heard, always watches till you're dead, always watches till the end of your bed. But if you close your eyes in fright, he'll come and steal you from the night. I looked in horror at the screen as the application closed by itself. Watches? I thought to myself. At the end of my bed? Suddenly, the application restarted and a static voice asked, "Why don't you check?" I look at the end of my bed, and to my horror, I saw a pair of eyes peering over the foot of my bed. Blink. And yes, I'm not fucking with you. The writer wrote the word blink, dash, blink, dash. The eyes moved. They were closer. What do? I frantically asked the game. I repost a link. Show other people what the real fear is, which apparently is a pair of eyes. We'll see how quickly they can act. I quickly opened up Google Chrome and searched for Facebook. Blink. It had moved closer. I could see it now. It was standing on my bed. I was completely naked with no feature or part of glowing eyes. Wait, what? It was completely naked with no features apart from glowing eyes. Does it have a body or not? Tell me. I copied a link to my status bar and pressed share. Blink. The face was right next to mine, and I could see it more now. It had grown itself as it had grown itself in his mouth. A smiling mouth. Wow, going all out on the imagination there, buddy. Oh, God. It had grown itself a smiling mouth with eyes that watched me with hunger. Like the Hunger Games? How do you watch someone with hunger? You know what you need to do? Describe exactly how, like, describe the cringe, describe the way that the eyes are frowned, describe the way that they squint. Describe what hungered eyes look to me. Don't just say hungered eyes. Like, oh God, that can mean so many things, from they want to eat you to they want to eat you. But nonetheless, that is so freaking weird and stupid. I looked back at the screen and noticed that it said error 404. It's too late, Alex. It's too late, said the thing next to me. Blink. I don't even know what to say to that. I mean, if you guys found that funny, that's fine. I could barely read this. This as literature is not very good. You don't describe the actions by using what would typically be a roleplay response, or a text-based roleplay response, like putting dash blink dash. That is something you would do in roleplay to save time on describing the action of blinking. But this is a story. I expect to read that. That's half the fun of the story. I want details. I want to give a shit. But no, this guy just tried to post Mudahar bait, putting no effort into the story. All the writing was disjointed, and I felt like a 3-year-old while reading this. King Dork, I highly recommend you just rewrite the story from scratch, because honestly, you're not going to get anything out of this. With that being said, why don't we move on to Battlefield 3 server. Warning. This is one of my earlier edits, when I sucked at writing creepypastas. If you don't like bad creepypastas, turn away now. You know what? I applaud you, sir. You decided to give me a warning before I read this and decide to poke my own eye out. And notice I have a single eye this time, because I only have a single eye. Now let's go into this. I was always a skeptic as a kid, thinking about things like demons and ghosts for real. Were not real. As I grew older, my skepticism grew bigger, and I begun to think that nothing mythical is real. Then I heard about these things called creepypastas. You know, scary shit designed to scare readers. Well, I used to call creepypastas utter bullshit until what happened to me. It begun when I got my first copy of Battlefield 3. Yes, I was excited for the game after I saw the amazing effort that Frostbite 2 had put into it. When I got the game, I beat it in a short amount of time. I also managed to get a high rank in multiplayer mode. Eventually, I started joking around with the servers and started searching for servers made by other players. I had invited my friend to join one called Stupid, and the description was, "No one likes me!" And we laughed at the troll. Severed server. Better run. He's watching server. Nothing was weird when we played first 3, but the last one, server, SERVER, was displayed exactly in that format. It had the description of server. One player online. I got a skeptical grin and decided not to play this with my friend. When we joined, and we decided to play this with my friend. When we joined, it was a map called Tehran Highway. When we finally got into the server, we began to feel a little creepy. What? Okay. When I checked the player list, it was just me and a friend. I could have sworn that it was just another player in the server, but I just simply thought that he quit the server. My friend then quickly asked me, "Did you shoot?" "No. Why?" "I just died by being shot at someone." I checked the leaderboard again, and there was nobody else there, so I thought. Maybe this was a hacker, or maybe it was an admin, but I've rarely seen hackers online nowadays. We kept looking around Tehran Highway for about 5 minutes when all of a sudden, boom! I heard a sniper bullet just kill my character. And the kill cam just kept saying I committed suicide. But I didn't do jack shit. I began telling my friend that some jackass trolls was probably messing with us. And nothing weird was going on. That's when all hell broke loose. Our radar began to show static as if we were being jammed, but I don't remember if there was ever such a moment in-game. That's when my friend started to talk again. "Dude, I'm seeing some soldier walking around. He's wearing a black suit." What the fuck? I was beginning to lose confidence in my skepticism, and I thought that maybe there is a ghost player. Because, of course, a skeptic who doesn't believe in the idea of ghost, wouldn't believe in the better probability that it's a hacker or a program or a bot, but instead ghost, because that's what ghosts fucking do. About when I was about to talk to my friend again, static started pouring through my speakers. I kept asking him if he could hear me, but there was no response. I began to hear mumbling into my speaker. It sounded like an adult speaking. This is what I could make out of the audio. "Please don't, beg you. I do fuck you." Distorted yelling and gunshots could be heard. "See, at happens, fuck we." This is what I think the conversation was. "Please don't, I beg of you. I do what I fucking want." Yelling and gunshots. "See what happens when you fuck with me." Wow. Could you... Okay, guys, can we not do all the cussing? I mean, if you're a ghost person, it doesn't really help you to have a foul mouth. I mean... It just does, whenever I think ghost person, or rather creepy entity, I don't think of a foul mouth gun-toting maniac. I think of just a very quiet, very ominous thing that has a lot of mystery to it. Just once you go into that mystery, it starts to seem weird. The killer sounded like he was a 24-year-old man, and the victim sounded like an adult woman of an unknown age. It sounded like a crude tape recording, but whatever fuck I heard, my friend heard it too. He begun to freak out and tried to calm him down, but more audio played, and it was very clear to hear, but with more static here and there. "Fucking assholes! I didn't get you here to cry." A woman was crying loudly in the background. "Shut the fuck up or I'll kill all you bitches." Oh my god. Stop cussing. Please. I mean, I don't mind cussing. To be honest, I do it a lot myself. It just... in this situation, it doesn't feel right or good at all. Oh god. "Hey, what the fuck are you staring at me for, assholes?" This sounds like something Duke Nukem would say. "Hey, What the fuck you staring at me for, assholes? Or fuck you, asshole. Oh my god, the writing for this character is weird and stupid. I've begun to get frightened. Is that a sentence? Or is that just mumblings? Was what we just heard massacre on women? Was what we just heard a massacre on women? Yes, because massacre on women is awesome and something that... Oh my god. I don't even know what it is about that sentence. It just was what we just heard massacre on women. That's just the stupidest shit I think I've ever heard. My friend started begging me that we'd quit. All of a sudden, more audio came up. And what are you two fuckers doing just standing there? We both just died at the same time and apparently from a PKM machine gun phantom player. Oh. Oh, okay, I fucked that up. And what are you fuckers just doing standing there? We both just died at the same time, apparently from a PKM machine gun by that ghost phantom player. When we respond, we devise a plan to kill the son of a bitch. We both used spaz 12s of frags. And when we were about to fire, I screamed, "Eat lead, motherfucker!" Oh, God. My cringe is cringing even in the cringe land of Cringia. Eat lead, motherfucker. Do you even know... What? And he took unusually longer to kill than a normal player, but after we kill him, more audio came up. You think because you two fuckers killed me, I'm dead? No, I'll come back eventually, and I'll give you two bitches hell of your fucking life. After that, we were both clicked. We were both kicked, and we both sighed in relief, and we were out of the server. I gave up being a skeptic that day. Now I think spirits are perhaps capable of doing shit like this, but I don't know for sure. I logged off for Xbox Live to relax for a bit, and went to sleep for the night. Next day, I got a message from an anonymous user who wrote this. Hello again, fucker! Who wants to bet 20 bucks that was the angry video game nerd trying to fuck with a few kids? I think I'd bet 100 bucks that is. But no, I mean, as a person who is a skeptic, this guy is kind of an idiot. Because, again, we're talking about shit that can be done by bots, modding, and some ulterior programs. This isn't something that is, like, super hard to do. And, I mean, what? Massacre on women? Oh my god, that sounds like Anita Sarkeesian's nightmare. Or what he thinks that the patriarchy is doing right now. Either way, what kills this story is the constant cussing, the constant one-liners, the idea that there's even power fantasy. Yes, power fantasy, when the guy actually kills the quote-unquote ghost player who has the biggest foul mouth I've ever had. I don't think I've ever cussed that much, like, in a serious context. Oh my god, that was terrible. Alright, why don't we move on to Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies, the creepypasta. Oh my god, I want to slit my wrist. Alright, continuing in 3, 2, 1. Hello, Internet. I wanted to share something with you that will probably disturb me for the rest of my life. I've not been able to tell anyone else who I know in real life, as they don't believe me, as they call me crazy. That's a cliche right there. It all started about a week ago. It was a normal Monday for me. I got up and took a shower and got ready to head out for college. The day went by slowly, and that's when college finished. I caught a bus back home. As I got to my house, however, one of my friends, Tom, was standing outside of my door. This was unusual, as he very rarely came to my house. I would usually just chill with him and go somewhere rather than come back to my house with him. Anyway, I walked up to him and he turned a face to me, and he looked scared. Scared as if he'd seen a ghost or something. He ran up to me and handed me an object. I looked down at the object that he'd just given me, and it turned out to be a video game called Call of Duty Black Ops, to be precise. Let's reread that, I guess. It turned out to be a video game, Call of Duty Black Ops, to be precise. Cut out that bit, video game, and just say Call of Duty Black Ops. I wasn't really a Call of Duty fan, so I'd never really played any of the games in the series before. I looked back at him with a confused look. Tom, 2 questions. Number 1, why are you outside of my house, and why did you give me this? I told you, I've never played Call of Duty Black Ops before. Or, what? I mean, okay, wait, what? You've never played Call of Duty Black Ops before, but, how could you not be a Call of Duty fan if you've never played the games or even heard of... Okay, that's really confusing. Before I could get an answer from him, he shoved me out of the way and ran away. I ran after him, and I noticed that he was running to his house, as he only lived about 2 minutes away down the road. So I knew the path to his house. I continued to run after him, shouting, "Tom, what the hell is up with you?" Eventually, he finally reached his house with me, trying to catch up with him. As soon as I made it to the door, he slammed the door in my face. I tried to open it. Of course, he locked it. What the fuck is up with him? Wait, why is that in quotations? Is he saying that? Or is he narrating still? I don't know, damn it. I banged on his door for what seemed like hours, but after a while, I figured that he wasn't going to unlock the door, so I made my way back home. Well, that's me weirded out for today, lol. Why would you write that? Again, I added the lol part, but why would you write that? You're walking home by yourself. Continue it to be in-head narration. Why would you say that out loud to yourself? I mean, I get some people talk out loud to yourself, but this is the fucking story. I looked down at the game with a confused look on my face once again. What the hell am I gonna do with this? It's not like I asked to be lent this. I might just leave it for now. I don't particularly feel like playing Xbox again anyway. When I got home, I walked into my living room, turned on the TV, and I put on my satellite. Couch for you Americans reading this. And sat in my chair. After a few hours of watching TV, I got bored and decided to turn on my Xbox as it booted up and brought it up a dashboard. And then a thought came to my mind. What should I play? I looked over to my SETI? I think that's what it's called. Let's call it a SETI. And saw the game that Tom handed me earlier. I went over to it, picked it up, opened the case, and put the disc in my Xbox. I might as well try it out and see if it works and whatnot, even if I'm not all that interested into Call of Duty, as it's a game I've never actually played before. Why are you doing quotations? Fucking stop it! There is no reason to put that in quotations. Just have it be in your head, because that's what we're narrating. Your head. Stop it. There's no one in your room. And another thing, if you've never played a game before, how could you have absolutely zero interest in maybe even popping it in for just a minute? He's like, it's not even like, oh, I never liked Call of Duty. He says he doesn't want to play it because he's never played it. Well, isn't that a bit of an oxymoron? A double entendre right there. My thoughts came to an end when a loud sound came from the TV. I jumped and looked at my screen. The sound came from the main menu, booted up. Why would you fucking jump? I was in the room with the TV on my right and a TV on my left. The TV on my left had options such as campaign, multiplayer, zombies, and options. Zombies, huh? Sounds better than campaign or multiplayer. I guess I might as well try this out. You motherfucker. You couldn't help yourself. You had to have your guy narrate out loud. I mean, I wonder how it'd be like. I wonder if I do that, you know, secretly without knowing, where I just walk around my room like, and I'm gonna sit down on my chair and narrate. This story sucks. Wow, YouTube, you are awesome with this video and the subscriber thing. I mean, no human does this. You are killing the story. Stop with your quotations. God. I clicked on the zombie option. The room changed to a yellowish color. I noticed a guy behind the window who didn't notice beforehand he was smacking on the window trying to break through. How did I not see him when I was on the main menu? My eyesight must be worse than I thought. Fuck you! Stop it! Bad story! This is just some fucking magic. Either that or I just wasn't looking properly. Paying no attention to this, I clicked through the various menus and saw a map called Kino der Toten. I clicked on it and eventually I found a lobby with three other players. The main match eventually started and I spawned into what seemed like a run-down building. While other players ran off into various directions, I searched around the room and I noticed that the three other players were standing next to a barrier of some sort. Is this where the zombie? Fuck you! You know what? My editor is gonna hate this, but we're gonna put on a useless quotations counter of fuck you. That's right, every time they use quotations, we're gonna count it. Have fun editing, my friend. After realizing they did spawn behind the barriers, I found one that wasn't occupied by one of the other players. I stood behind it and eventually the zombies started coming towards the barrier. I only had one pistol and so did everyone else, it seems, so I guess I couldn't do a whole ton of damage just yet. After killing a few zombies that were trying to break through the barrier, I heard a scream behind me. There are scream sounds effects in game, huh? I ran towards the sound and saw a player that was getting mauled by a bunch of zombies. What confused me here, though, was the fact that the player character was looking towards me with a realistic look on his face. He had a terrified expression mixed with what seemed like he was pleading to me. I ran towards the zombies, shooting at them as I got closer, but it did almost no damage. Before I could really get close, and the zombies started ripping and eating into him alive. They even have death animations where characters get eaten. I should have played this ages ago. This is awesome. I soon heard a player character shout to me, "Help me!" Wow! They went all out on this game. I thought to myself, when we actually managed to kill the zombies around the player, he was all gone. All that were left were bones, and they were very hyper-realistic. Mangled hand. They creeped me out for a bit. For one, I've never seen a game this realistic, especially those faces on the characters being eaten alive. The game apparently progressed through rounds. Round 1 had just finished, and I received a text from my other friend Dave. It read, "Hey man, what up with you?" I'm sorry I'm reading this like I'm a retard, but you know what? This story, everyone in this story is a retard. I looked around and made sure that there were no zombies here. When I was content that I wasn't gonna get killed, I picked up my phone and replied to his message. "Nothing much, dude, bro. Tom was outside of my house and handed me a game for the Xbox 360. Call of Duty Black Ops, bro." What was really odd is that it is how he looked and how he acted. He looked terrified, and as soon as he handed me the game, he ran home and... Oh my god, is he really just gonna recap what we just freaking read? And wanted to open it. I admit it creeped me out a bit. He's never done anything, and now the game That was me slamming my head on the table. Stop narrating what you just did. Please. It's freaking realistic. I'm on zombies with 3 other players. 1 died, and it looked really realistic animation. While zombies were eating him alive, he even screamed and looked towards me and shouted, "Help me." Oh, God. That text block hurt me right in the feels. After finally responding to the text, 2 screens came from my TV. I put my focus back onto the game and saw 2 other players getting eaten alive as well. They both looked at me and both screamed different things. One of them was, "Why aren't you helping?" And the other one shouted, "I hate you, I hope you rot in hell with me." That was when I started to get a bit weirded out. A game can't be this realistic, can it? That's another one for the counter. I'd be surprised how realistic the game was so far, but now I was getting creeped out, what you just fucking said, especially when I was hearing 2 other players screaming was the most realistic screams I'd ever heard in game. Even more, M-O-E-R, more realistic than the scream I heard when first player died. I got a text and decided to read it. I checked the game and I noticed that the zombies were still eating the other 2 players and weren't paying attention to me whatsoever. So I decided to quickly look at the text I received with Dave again. He's like, "Dude, what are you talking about? I played the game and played a lot of zombies, and I've never been that real. I've been never that realistic. Not even in the new maps. There is no animation when the player gets eaten alive. They don't look towards you, scream, help me either. All the zombies do is hit you 2 times and you go down and you can get revived by another player. So either what you've got is a really hacked version or you're bullshitting me." Oh, look at the text of confusion. What the hell is he talking about? It can't be hacked. Tom told me that he bought the game. I doubt that they'd sell hacked copies. You have no idea what the hell GameStop would do. Before I could even click on a reply, I've heard another scream from the TV. I just looked down and there I saw a zombie who had his face right up at the screen. And when I say I mean literally inches away, I mean literally inches away, and it reached out to the TV. I could probably touch it. It was the most realistic zombie I'd ever seen. I've seen a few zombies in films before, but this zombie had them all beat out with its appearance. I could see its brain hanging out just barely. There were only black empty sockets where the eye should be, and the flesh had mouth in it. It then grinned at me. Literally me! And it spoke to me, and it spoke, "I'm gonna enjoy this." Its voice was low. Not demonic or anything like that, just a low male voice. Although there was something that made the voice a lot creepier than a male's voice, as it had a soothing tone to it. So let's redo this. "I'm Antonio Banderas, and I'm gonna enjoy this." Before it could do anything, the zombie stabbed its fingers into what I presumed to be my character's eyes. I only guessed that, but the fingers looked as if they touched my screen. And then my screen went black. There was still sound, just no video. I could hear moans, and then I heard something being snapped, and more snapping sounds, and snappity snap, snap, snap. I guessed that the game was still running, just with no video. I didn't even think about what the zombies are doing to the player. Then I heard what sounded like someone eating something. I nearly puked at the thoughts of this coming into my head. I ejected the disc with lightning fast speed, like the Flash. Oh God, this is just this is just idiocy. And then Sanic pulled out the freaking thing from its case. I ran over to Tom's house, knocked on the door, still no reply. I put the game down at his doorstep, hoping he would find it and come out of his house. "He can have the game." Oh my fucking, just stop! Stop with the quotations. "He can have the game. I never want to see that thing ever again." The day went by pretty normally. However, when I went to sleep, I had a nightmare which included a zombie that I saw from game, and it was eating me alive. And then it was you and spooky skeleton. I could feel everything, every bite, every scratch, everything. I woke up screaming and sweating like a madman. I was relieved that it was just a dream, but it felt so real. I've been having the same nightmare every night for the past week. And then I've woken up in the middle of the night and I swear I can see someone standing at the foot of my bed. I've rubbed my eyes that the mysterious figure's gone. I honestly don't know what to do. Obviously, I knew that I might have a nightmare as the experience disturbed me a bit. But the same exact nightmare for an entire week, which involves me feeling the exact same pain as a zombie eats me, and when I wake up, I see a mysterious figure. You just said that! Stop making me narrate the same paragraph over and over! Something's wrong with me. I really need to stop. I need to get some help. Thanks for reading, guys. Let's just hope this doesn't happen again tonight. Okay. All this story needs is spell checking. This story needs to get rid of all the awkward moments, all the repeat paragraphs, where the main character narrates what he just did, or explains what he just did to someone else, and I guess this would be an alright creepypasta. Also, the ending is cliched. I mean, come on. How many stories have we listened to where it's like, oh, I get nightmares now every night? I mean, come on. No matter how realistic a zombie is. Unless you're like a 4-year-old, you're not gonna get scared by them. Zombies in themselves are not scary. It's the idea of zombies, and that's not what they're saying. Now my jaw really hurts, and I think I need to end the video because I feel like I'm gonna puke or something. Nonetheless, thanks for watching my video. Thanks for subscribing and supporting me. The top 28 disturbing photographs should be out next week, so enjoy that. I'm your host, That Creepy Reading, signing off.